to the second session of the Fresh Ground Yoga series. We're going to meet on our backs in just a moment. If you want to grab a blanket or a pillow, you can pause the video now and come back. Otherwise, we'll go ahead, move your blanket to the side, and we'll come onto our backs nice and slow. And when you get here, go ahead and snuggle those shoulder blades underneath your heart. Walk your feet as wide as your yoga mat with your soles of the feet placed down. And your knees are going to knock in towards one another. One hand is going to come to the lower belly, one hand to the upper belly. And then we're really going to take some time just to arrive. So noticing everything that's touching your mats, your toes, your feet, the pelvis and the lower back body. And if your back's feeling a little fussy here, you can always send the legs out long or bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees splay out wide. Continuing traveling up the body with your awareness to the shoulder blades, the shoulders, the backs of the arms, the head. And we'll bring our awareness now to our breath, not trying to control it, just letting it be. You might begin to notice the rise and fall of your hands as you slowly inhale in and out. Continuing to arrive in our space now together. This practice is titled Getting to the Root. Oftentimes when we operate from a space in our mind or our heart, our thoughts and emotions can kind of overwhelm us or cause chaos, especially to our nervous system. So this practice really focuses on being the role or taking that role of the observer to a more connected and anchored space. So what that means for this practice is we will focus on the lower body, our hands, any connection that we have to the ground below to ground us down, to anchor us down through whatever storm it is. So we'll let that go now, just bringing our awareness back to our body. And we'll layer in some deeper breaths by inhaling for a count of 4, pausing at the top, exhaling for a count of 4, and pausing at the bottom. I'll walk us through or lead us through several rounds of this. You might choose to close your eyes or soften your gaze, allowing the features of the face just to relax through this. We'll start by inhaling, filling up the belly for 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhaling for 4, 3, fill it up, 1, pause. Exhaling to release, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1, emptying out, pause. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it all go. Return to a nice even breath. From here, our hands are going to come down by our sides, palms face down. And we'll walk our feet in, letting our knees come back to a neutral position. And then we'll windshield wiper the knees over towards the right. Left knee is going to reach down towards the front right corner of the mat. You might look past your left shoulder here. Taking a deep breath in to the front of the left hip crease. And then exhaling back through, windshield wipering to the left side this time. Right knee reaching down. Maybe looking past your right shoulder. And then finding your own rhythm here, just allowing the knees to windshield wiper back and forth, massaging through the lower body, the hands, the feet, pressing down. Continuing to breathe here, maybe integrating the neck, drawing the nose back and forth. And then we'll make our way up whenever you feel satisfied by grabbing the backs of the thighs and rocking up and down the spine. Or you might come onto one side and just press up into a seat. I'll meet you in a cross-legged seat. Right leg is going to come in front of the left. And now we can bring our blanket in, or a pillow, and just shimmy that underneath the sits bones, sitting up nice and tall through the spine. Allowing the shoulders to drop down. You might close the eyes. And on the inhale, we rise up, extending through the spine. And then exhale, we'll walk the hands forward. Maybe coming onto our palms and swaying back and forth. Nice and easy here to start. Getting our right hip warmed up. You might choose to come to stillness and drop down onto the elbows, bringing the palms of the hands together. Lengthening through the neck by tucking the chin. So either variation here on the palms, the fingertips, maybe choosing to sway or maybe finding stillness on the elbows. Wherever you are, just finding your breath and noticing what's going on as you anchor down through that right hip. Finding some ease in the facial expressions and skin of the face. And then we'll slowly walk the hands back, stacking up through the spine. We'll send our right leg out long. Toes are going to flex up towards the sky. And we're going to turn our hip points or press into the mat to shimmy our hip points towards our right foot. Inhale to reach the hands up towards the sky, look up. And then exhale, forward fold over that right leg, bending through the knee as much as needed. Keeping the sole of the left foot somewhere that feels comfortable, coming in towards your right thigh. And you might find a soft, gentle sway again here, or find that stillness, that anchor. Taking some long, smooth, deep inhales and exhales. Left hand may come over to reach towards the right side of the foot, and you might spiral the heart up towards the sky here for just a couple breaths. On your next exhale, we'll bring that left hand back to the left side of the foot and slowly slide the hands all the way up. Left hand's going to come behind. We'll reach our right hand towards the sky, counter stretch. And then we'll release that down, coming to the opposite side now. Left leg crosses in front of the right. We inhale to sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, walking the hands forward. Any amount, maybe slowly dialing into, tuning into what feels good, maybe swaying. Always the invitation to go a little deeper, coming onto the elbows and dropping the chin, tucking it slightly. We'll take one inhale here together. On the exhale, we'll slowly press up, sending our left leg out long this time. Left toes flex back towards the left shin. Right sole of the foot comes towards the inner right thigh and you mount, either touching or give yourself some space. We'll make sure our hip points are pointing towards our left foot, and then we'll inhale to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold, bending through the left knee. Here to start, finding that action of hugging the left hip back in the socket as your right hip might reach forward. Allow your shoulder blades to open, breath to enter, and invite some ease in to any places that feel a little sticky or cramped. You can reach your right hand over towards the left, any amount. Maybe spin the heart towards the front, maybe up towards the sky. Feeling that nice big stretch all the way from the right hip to the right shoulder, right arm. Taking one last inhale here before reaching that right hand back over to the right side, and then sliding our hands all the way up, stacking up through the spine. Right hand comes behind. We reach the left hand up towards the sky. Big stretch. And then exhale, we'll let that go. Now bringing both soles of the feet together. Giving yourself as much space as you need. Either walking the feet way out in the front or bringing them closer in together towards your sits bones, wherever you are. Hands come to the front of the legs, knees, the shins, or even the ankles, and we sit up nice and tall, dropping our shoulders down, reaching the crown of the head up and away. And we'll sprinkle in a mantra here, always just an invitation to make it your own. I am connected. And as we sit in butterfly, notice all the ways that you might be connected to the ground below, or this grounding energy. Or you might fill in the blank with something that you feel grounded in or connected to. Maybe hope, maybe your breath, maybe to a new beginning, or anything that feels true to you today. We'll take a couple more cycles of breath here. You might lean in, spreading the elbows out towards the knees and dropping the chin in towards the chest, around through the upper back body. Letting that mantra go for now. And when you're ready, we'll slowly close the legs like a book, and we'll come through all the way to all fours. You can move your blanket to the side. We'll find our shoulders over our wrists and our hips over our knees. Again, really noticing everything that's touching the earth, so pressing into the tops of the feet, clawing through the fingertips, tucking the chin, and hugging the lower body in, just to find some integrity here. And then we'll go straight into cat-cow, inhaling to drop the belly, open the heart. Exhaling to round through, navel draws in and up, and we press away from our yoga mat. Inhaling to drop the belly in your own time. And exhaling to smooth it out, rolling through. We'll keep that up for a few rounds. Bringing some fluidity, moving some energy up and down the spine. All right, we'll bring it back to neutral. Send that right leg out long, toes touching the ground. Notice how that it affected your posture. So press into both hands evenly here. Make sure you're hugging your core up and in so that you have some extra stability. Then we'll bend through that right knee, sending the right sole of the foot up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in here, and then exhale. We'll make small circles with the knee one way. And my hips need a lot of work, so you might be finding the same thing for yours. So just showing yourself some grace here, being connected to the process, and accepting where you are today, and reversing circles whenever you're ready. Ooh. All right, we'll let that go. Knee comes back down. Let's sit back onto the heels. Slide our fingertips back. Flexing our fingertips down towards the ground, getting a stretch, maybe swinging the fingertips back and forth, shaking the hands. Maybe making some circles with the nose one way and then the other. Let's dive right back in. Tabletop position. We're going to send that right leg out long one last time. This time we're going to lift the right leg up straight behind us. And then we're going to inhale, maybe reaching that left hand out, maybe shaking someone's hand, looking straight down, hugging the navel in and up. And then release the left hand back down to the mat. Keep the right leg up. We'll inhale, slowly look forward just slightly. Exhale, knee to nose, rounding through. Inhaling, pressing the right foot back, looking forward, extending. Exhaling, rounding through. Let's do one more. Really press into the top of that left foot. Inhaling to extend. Exhaling, rounding through. Awesome, we'll let that go. If you need to take a break off the wrists here, please do so. Listen to your body. We'll meet back in tabletop position. This time sending our left leg out long, toes touching the floor. Finding our integrity, anchoring down through our hands, our feet. And then we'll bend through the left knee, left sole of the foot towards the sky. Slowly start making your circles one way and then the other with your breath. Pressing into both hands evenly. You got this. Hard work, but you got it. Reversing the circle. Hug those lower ribs in for support. Your leg might be doing some crazy stuff like mine. All good. All right, let that go. You can sit back for just a breath. Shaking back through the wrists. All right, diving back in, tabletop position. We'll send that left leg out long once again, toes on the mat. This time we'll lift through the left leg, nose drawing straight down, gaze straight down. Press into the top of the right foot and the left hand to reach your right hand forward. Or you might just stay here, reaching that left foot back and away. Feel like almost someone's grabbing you by your wrist and your ankle here, pulling, 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 nice and strong. And then exhale, let that go. We'll bring the toes back down to the mat to rest, just for a breath. All right, inhale, lift up from the inner left thigh. We'll look forward, extend. Exhale, rounding through knee to nose. Inhaling to extend, press the left foot back, press into the top of the right foot. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling, rounding through. All right. Release the right knee or left knee down. We'll sit back onto the heels, walk the hands forward. Option here, just spread your knees as wide as needed. And then we'll melt the heart, the forehead down for child's pose. I am connected. So we shook things up there. Things could have felt kind of uncomfortable in the wrist. Maybe the core and the hips. But you did it, and we stay connected, hopefully, to the space, or had some practice to stay connected to the space of the observer, to accept where we are. Continue to breathe here in your child's pose. And on your next exhale, slowly come back up to our tabletop. We'll curl the toes under, send the hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. So finding your bearings here, walking the hands wide, maybe peeking at your elbow creases and make sure those are shining forward. Walking out through the feet, bending through each knee. So this is a nice easy movement here. All right, from here we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet for a forward fold. Hips can be over top of the ankles, either hips distance apart or feet can come together for a little bit more stability with a long trunk in the legs and feet. You might grasp opposite elbows, bend through the knees generously. Option here to come onto the fingertips and send the hip points way up towards the sky, or the sit bones way up towards the sky. Let gravity do the work. And layer in your breath. All right, from here we'll walk the hands back to downward facing dog. Stepping the feet apart if they resist up tight. From here, we'll step the right foot towards the right thumb. We're going to step the left foot up just slightly. Left toes are going to be pointing towards the front left corner of your mat. And then we're going to find that action of hugging that right hip up in space. You might even bring your hand to your hip just to press that up. And you'll have just a micro bend in both knees to protect those. Coming onto the fingertips, you might grab your blanket to bring the earth up to you. For pyramid posture, lots of work here in the hips. Hang with me. We'll inhale, looking forward, lengthening through the back of the neck. Exhale, chin might come in towards the chest, or nose comes towards the knee. We'll do that one more time for pyramid. Inhaling to lengthen through the spine. Exhaling to bow. When you're ready, we'll shift our weight over to the right foot and step the left foot forward, forward fold. Maybe swaying a little back and forth, grasping opposite elbows. From here, our left hand's going to come to the mat. We'll reach the right arm up towards the sky, straighten through the right leg, bend through the left knee. You might smile, life is good. And then exhale, right hand comes back down. Move our blanket, we plant our palms and step right back to downward facing dog. Option here to sway the hips back and forth, pedaling it out. Let's take one cleansing breath through the nose and out through the mouth together, inhaling big and deep. And exhale, let it go. All right, from here we're going to step our left foot towards our left thumb. Step our right foot up just a cinch.
Right toes pointing towards the front right corner of the mat. Our blanket can come back in under our fingertips. And we'll hug that left hip up in its socket. Finding pyramid on this side, not locking through the knees. Inhaling to lengthen through the back of the neck. Exhaling to round through knee to nose. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling chin to chest. Let's do one more. Inhale to lengthen. You got it. Exhale to bow. Shifting our weight into our left foot, our right foot steps forward, forward fold. On the inhale, right hand plants down. We straighten through the left leg, reach our left hand up towards the sky, bending through our right knee. Big breath in, big twist. And exhale, left hand comes back down, forward fold. We move our blanket or our pillow, plant the palm, step it back, downward facing dog. All right, cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Do one more as you pedal out through the feet. Inhale. And exhale. Slow descent to the knees. We'll sit back on the heels. Go ahead and send the right leg forward. Hug the left knee in. We'll send the right toes up towards the sky. Really hug that left knee up and in as you rise up tall, dropping the shoulder blades down. You might close the eyes here. Left arm, left hand's going to come behind as we grab the right knee and gentle twist towards the left, maybe looking past that left shoulder. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Coming back to center, we'll send the left leg out long, right knee comes in. We'll give it a little hug, sit up nice and tall, drop our shoulders down, flexing those left toes back towards our shin. Inhale. And exhale, right hand comes behind. Might grab that left knee, twist looking past our right shoulder. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And on your next exhale, we'll unwind, coming to the center of our mat, bending our knees and grabbing the backs of our thighs. We'll sit up nice and tall once again, and then come onto the toes, sitting back, almost acting like you're hugging something with your thighs here, so really activated in the lower body. And then we might sit back a little further for boat, reaching our toes up, making our shins parallel with the ground below. Hugging our thighs together, maybe reaching our hands, palms face up by our sides. Tucking our chin to lengthen through the back of the neck. I am connected. We'll be here for 4. Breathe. Find some ease. 2, 1. Release the feet back down. And then we'll slowly roll down through the spine, coming onto our backs. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Give them a little hug, a squeeze. You might rock a little back and forth, right and left. We'll drop the soles of the feet back down to the mat. Bring your right and left hand down by your sides. We'll inhale to lift the hip points up towards the sky. Belly rises up. Ribs rise up. Chest rises up. Press into the soles of the feet and the hands to lift the chin just slightly in bridge pose. Big inhale here. And then exhale, let it all go, rolling slowly. Hips draw back down towards the ground. Hugging our knees back into our chest. For a little seat posture by inhaling to reach the nose up towards the knees. Really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze here. Navel draws down. Chin tucks in. And then on the exhale, we'll let everything go. Legs go out long.
Palms come down by our sides, face up. Take up lots of space here. Allow the body to be heavy and the breath just to return to its normal rhythm, its normal cadence. We'll end our practice today with a little meditation on our mantra, I am connected. Just returning to that anytime the mind wanders or you need an anchor to bring you back to the present moment. Slowly bringing some subtle movements back into the body, the fingertips, maybe the toes. You might stay on your backs for a little longer, or if you're ready to rock and roll, you may rock and roll up and down the spine to a seat or come onto one side, any side, and press up. So we can meet each other. Cross-legged position. Palms can come face down on the knees or palms face up. You might keep the gaze soft or close the eyes. Find that softness, that ease in the upper body. And just notice the connection, the anchoring, the foundation underneath you and within the lower body. We'll bring our hands to heart center for one last breath together. Bowing to one another, the big picture. Thank you for uncovering some fresh ground with me today. We'll seal our practice by whispering Namaste.